manifestors, welcome in to the Third Flame Tarot. My name is Amber. Thank you so much for joining me. I am so happy that you're here. Today we're going to talk about the Lionsgate portal, what it is and how you can use it to your advantage. The Lionsgate portal opened on July 28th and will remain open until August 12th, but it will peak on August 8th. 8-8. Now, in numerology, the number 8 is very significant, and the combination of 8 and 8 is known as the most powerful combination of numbers for manifestation. The number 8 in numerology symbolizes balance, harmony, achievement, success, abundance, wealth, fame, fortune. It is known as the luckiest of all numbers and is referred to as the karmic equalizer. Now, we're not going to just have an 8-8 portal this year, but we will be experiencing an 8-8-8 portal. Now, in numerology, if you take a big number and you reduce it down to a single digit number, you get its essence or its energy. Now, if you take the year 2024 and you reduce it down, you get a number 8. So we're in a number 8 year. 2 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. Lionsgate portal is known as the most powerful and fertile time of the astrological calendar for manifestation. Lionsgate occurs when the sun passes through the zodiac sign of Leo and aligns with the star Sirius, the constellation of Orion's belt, and Earth. Now, when the sun does this, it'll shine its light off the star Sirius, making it more visible to us here on Earth, and also making it the brightest star in the night sky during this time. Now, Sirius is the alpha star of the Canis Major constellation. It's associated with wealth, abundance, prosperity, fertility, fortune, fame. And this goes way back to ancient Egypt times because each year when the star would rise in the night sky, the Nile would also rise with it, flooding the lands, leading to an abundant harvest. Okay, now we know what Lionsgate portal is. How do we use it to our advantage? Well, the first tip for manifestation that I have is to check in with your own energy. Are you sitting in a low vibrational state, thinking negatively about the world, about yourself, about your romantic life, your money, and see if there are some ways for you to tweak your mindset in order to look at things in a more positive light. Try to come back to a state of gratitude for what you already have. This will make you a magnet for more of what you want. Now, another great tip is to get a piece of paper or a journal and write down all of your heart's desires. Be as specific as you can about them and don't be shy. Write it all out. And when you're done writing your desires, go ahead and chant them like a mantra over and over and over again. But it's really important when you're chanting your desires, your heart's desires, to not be in a state of neediness. You want to be in a state of, wouldn't it be cool if, right? You don't want to set any expectations on the universe. Otherwise, you'll start manifesting weird things, right? And that's another tip, check yourself throughout the day. If you're thinking about something bad, right? If you're imagining something bad happening in the future, get yourself out of that as soon as you can, because if you repeat those negative thoughts or perspectives of the future, it's very possible that you could not only manifest good things, but manifest bad things. So be careful of that. The last tip that I have is to use crystals. Now, some great crystals that you can use for manifestation are citrine for success and abundance. Amber is great for happiness and joy. Clear quartz is great for mental clarity. Tiger's eye is good for good luck. Malachite, great stone for money. And then rose quartz for love. Now, I can already tell you, I've already manifested something in my life today, and it is really funny. And I have another really funny story about last year's Lionsgate too. But this year, I was in the shower and I ran out of soap in the shower. And I was like, oh man, I ran out of soap. I'm going to have to maybe get some more soap. And in my mind, I was like, I wish I had some more soap so I didn't have to go to the store, right? Now, I haven't bought soap since then. But today, my mom, who lives next door, called me and she's like, hey, you know, my sister-in-law's mother went on a cruise, right? And she came back with gifts. Well, my mom called me and she said, hey, Deb brought you some gifts. And I was like, oh, really? That was so sweet, so thoughtful. And she's like, yeah, it's some really good smelling soap. And I was like, no way. So I went over and I picked up my soap and I didn't just get 1 bar, but I got 2 bars. And I thought that was so cool. I was like, the portal is now open. Let the manifestations begin. Last year for Lionsgate, I was thinking about all of the things I want, even like little things. It's like Christmas for people who love astrology, right? And I was thinking about even the little things, and I ended up getting a new tarot box, which you can see right here. I got this for the Lionsgate portal last year, and I had been asking the universe during Lionsgate, I'm like, oh, I would really love some kind of really cool box to organize my tarot cards in. And then the next day, I had dropped some of my favorite glasses, drinking glasses. I dropped them and broke them into a million pieces. And at first I was really sad about this, but then I was like, be careful, you're in Lionsgate. This happened, these glasses broke because Spirit is getting me ready for something new. And so I caught myself in that moment and turned it around into a positive mindset. Well, the next day I was walking down the street and I ran into a free pile. There was a big old box on my street with a sign that said free in it, and I started digging through. And that's when I found not only this tarot box, but I found those same drinking glasses. And I had broke 2, but I found 4. All right, let's do a quick reading and ask Spirit for some advice on how we can best use this Lionsgate portal to manifest what we desire. Spirit, we're here to get any words of wisdom or advice from you, please, regarding this Lionsgate portal. How can we best use the portal to our advantage to manifest what we desire, please? How can we best use this Lionsgate portal to manifest what we desire, please? Last shuffle. One card left behind. All right, Spirit. 3 base cards, please. Solar eclipse. That's a new moon. Aquarius. The moon. And the 9th house. Okay, so the first card out we've got is the solar eclipse. Now, a solar eclipse occurs during a new moon, and we're going to have a new moon in Leo happening on August 4th. Now, Leo, the sign of Leo is all about courage, strength, determination, optimism, enthusiasm. It's a very playful, fun, and creative sign. So a new moon in the sign of Leo is a refreshing feeling around all those things, and a refreshing optimism around those things that we feel really creative about. And then the next card we've got is Aquarius. Now, Aquarius sits in the 11th house, and it's all about our hopes, desires, dreams, and wishes. And we do have a Pluto retrograde happening in Aquarius as we speak. The Pluto retrograde will be going on until October 11th, but I find it really interesting that Aquarius has shown up for the base reading surrounding Lionsgate portal, because Aquarius is all about hopes and wishes, and the Lionsgate portal is about manifesting those hopes and wishes. So this is a really good sign from Spirit that we're on the right track. And then the next card we get is the Moon. Now that pairs with the first card that came out, solar eclipse. So there's some kind of magic that's going to happen on the new moon in Leo, I feel. Spirit says new moon and then moon again. August 4th. Yes, you know, the Lionsgate portal will peak on August 8th, but it's going to be climaxing around that time, August 4th to August 8th. So I feel like Spirit is encouraging us to get some kind of ritual together, a meditation, a practice, some kind of spiritual practice, because look, the 9th house is the next card that came out. The ninth house is Sagittarius's house. It's all about spirituality. It's ruled by the planet Jupiter, which is all about the guru, religion, fortune, optimism, expansion. It's good fortune, healing, self-realization, and abundance. Yes, I definitely feel like Spirit is saying your hopes and wishes are right smack dab in the middle. They're right here waiting for you to manifest them. You can use the power of the moon in order to help you manifest this. Get a spiritual ritual together to help you harness this energy, and make sure you've got it together by August 4th. Okay. I feel like we should go to the Pluto deck to see what might be blocking the collective from manifesting their hopes and wishes here. Spirit, what could be blocking the collective from manifesting these hopes and wishes? What do we need to be focusing on releasing or focusing on improving in our life in order to help us manifest our hopes and dreams? What does the collective need to focus on at this time in order to help manifest their hopes and dreams, please? Two more shuffles. Last shuffle. I'm torn between these two cards right here, so we're gonna take them both. We've got the wolf. The wolf, look, the wolf howls at the moon. And we've got the moon here and the moon here. Okay, what else? And the goat. I mean, the goat is associated with the devil, right? That's addictions, negative patterns and addictions. And then we've got the wolf. These are like two opposite energies. The wolf is very independent, serene. It knows when the right time is. It sits and lies in wait and howls at the moon. I feel like Spirit is saying here to harness the power of the moon, yes, and to become more inwardly focused at this time, more self-reliant, more independent. I mean, I think of the lone wolf. Yeah, I feel like Spirit is saying in order to really harness and use the power of the Lionsgate portal, we're going to have to release those demons within us, the darkness within us. We're going to have to face it and clear it so that we can create a more harmonious and balanced energy within ourselves in order to open this portal for us. And do this more independently. It might be a good idea to go out on the new moon alone and do a ritual. Take your paper with you, the paper I was talking about in the intro of all your hopes and wishes and desires. Take your paper with you somewhere alone and on the new moon and burn it. Release those hopes and wishes to the universe. Let's read the wolf out of the booklet. Number 15. Wolf. Intuition, silent observation, and shadows. Wolves are nocturnal creatures, moving stealthily throughout the night as they hunt, resting throughout the day, except when calling their pack to alert them of a successful kill. Wolves are largely silent, watching and waiting for the perfect moment to make their move. A deep knowing through practice, observation, and stillness enables its survival. The appearance of the wolf in a reading, first and foremost, is a call to step into your intuition. You are amid something that isn't as it seems, and it is through listening to that intuitive knowing that the truth will make itself known. This is a moment to pause, watch, and wait. Hold your cards close to your chest and take note of all that is revealed to you through this silent observation. You will know when it's time to make your move, but it's important not to act until then. Remember, time reveals all. Yeah, it's like Spirit is asking us to go still and silent and observe and watch for the signs. Watch for the signs, the synchronicities. I've already gotten a synchronicity. I told you about it, my soap synchronicity. That's how you know it's working. It's like building up, right? The energy is building up. Watch for those synchronicities. It says, the appearance of the wolf in a reading is first and foremost a call to step into your intuition. Howl at the moon. And then we've got goat. Remember, I asked Spirit, what kind of shadows does the collective need to focus on in order to help them manifest their hopes and desires? And we've got the goat here. The goat, number 1. The goat. Untapped potential, fertility, virility, and stubbornness. As the first domesticated animal in human history, the goat is an old, familiar friend. The horns on a goat often represent fertility, virility, and life force. At the same time, the goat can be a very destructive creature if not managed properly. When the goat card appears in a reading, the primordial force from which both creation and destruction spring is asking for your attention. There is untapped potential within you that is begging to be harnessed now, and the way you choose to engage with it, or not, is up to you. When goat energy is present, there is often a certain stubbornness at play. Perhaps you are engaging in an old pattern or behavior that you know is self-destructive, but is ultimately familiar and therefore comfortable. This is your chance to switch up the story and transmute that stubbornness into determination. When channeled correctly, nothing can stand in the way of the goat. Yeah, I think this is just a reminder to go inward and recognize where you might be holding yourself back. Negative thought patterns, negative behaviors, and patterns. I feel like this has to do with the thinking, negative thinking. That's super important for manifestation. If you're constantly thinking that everything is shitty and it's just going to be shitty forever, you're never going to get to where you want to go. And it's hard, it's hard. I have to catch myself all the time. And in the moment, it's like, when you're mad or you're upset about something in the moment, it can be really hard to snap yourself out of that. But just try, and each time it'll get a little bit easier and a little bit easier. All right, let's go to Moonology. Look at all this moon energy. All right, Spirit, what other words of advice or wisdom do you have for the collective, please? What do you have for us? Any more advice on how we can manifest these dreams during Lionsgate Portal, please? Aquarius, smack dab in the middle. How perfect. Hopes and wishes. With the 9th house, yeah. Have a spiritual practice in place. Four, 8, 4. Sorry, I don't know why I said 4, 4. 4, 4. 8, 4. The new moon in Leo. All right, Spirit. What other words of advice or wisdom do you have for us, please? Let's get one more shuffle. Embrace uncertainty. Of course, Spirit would say that. You know, that's one major part of manifestation is you have to let go of expectations. You have to embrace uncertainty. You have to be okay with if it comes or if it doesn't come. Either way, you'll be happy. You have to sit in that type of energy in order to manifest what you want. You have to embrace the uncertainty. Surrender yourself to the universe. When you make your wishes, surrender them. And know in your heart that whatever happens is meant to happen. It's what's for your greatest good. So if your wishes come through, be grateful for that, for sure. But if they don't, be equally as grateful because you know that Spirit has a plan for you. And everything you're experiencing is perfect and divine. Be like a leaf floating down a river, moving with the current. I mean, that's all that life is. It's just a flow. You gotta flow with it. Surrender to it. Flow with it. Embrace it. It's beautiful. It's like life is like sailing the ocean. You know, you never know when the current could change or when the wind could change directions. But when the wind changes directions on a sailboat, you just shift your sails. You just shift your sails. You work with the energy around you. You flow with it. You don't try to sail right directly into the wind. You're not going to get anywhere. You're going to get stuck. You got to flow with the energy and embrace uncertainty. Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Lovely. Okay, I feel called to pull a couple more cards out of this. All right, anything else, Spirit? What else do we need to focus on? Changes. Okay. And boundaries. Look at this card. Look at the moon phases on there. Out of bounds, moon, boundaries, and changes. Embracing uncertainty and changes goes together really, really well. You know, when you embrace uncertainty and release your fear of change, things can end up even better than you could have ever imagined. When you surrender to the universe and hold that type of energy, things can end up better than you could ever dream. Let's read these out of the book. Okay, Quicksilver Moon, changes. Interesting. Out of Bounds Moon and Quicksilver Moon are together. They're right next to each other in the book. 108. Wow, that's a spiritual number. Okay. 108. Nothing stays the same forever. If you want change, rejoice. If you're clinging on to a situation that may have well run its course, however, this card is a gentle suggestion to release your grip. Nothing about your situation is currently firmly fixed. That can be a good thing, so stay open. Keep your eyes peeled for signs as well. I was just talking about signs. In particular, notice the next song you hear. Is there a message in it for you about your question? If you're not happy about your situation, the good news is that change is afoot, so don't give up. What seems stuck now could be far more flexible quite soon. If you're hoping to change the course you're on now, this is a sign that you can, so take action. If the idea of change worries you, try to have a little faith in the universe. Set the intention that whatever happens next is happening for your highest good. The fact that nothing lasts forever is a part of this card's message. Events are moving. I feel like this is encouragement from Spirit to release ourselves from toxic situations. Whether those toxic situations are with people or they're with ourselves, with our thoughts, or with our own behaviors and patterns. Embrace uncertainty and changes. Yeah, embrace the changes. Changes are coming. Change may be inevitable now. Expect good things. You'll get your answer very soon. Ask a wise woman for advice and don't cling to the past. Okay, Out of Boundaries Moon. Remember, I asked Spirit, what else do we need to work on in order to manifest our heart's desires during this Lionsgate portal? We get embrace uncertainty, changes, embrace the changes, and then Out of Bounds Moon, boundaries. It's time to take a full and honest inventory of your behavior in the recent past. Have you been going too far? Have you been acting out? Have you been allowing your emotions to get the better of you? If you know that you've been misbehaving emotionally, it's time to rein things in. Draw up some boundaries. As much as you might want to get your own way in the current situation, you also need to take other people into consideration. If someone has been overstepping their boundaries with you, it's time for you to let them know, gently but firmly. There is magic in the air when this card appears, but you mustn't let emotions overwhelm you. You could be about to receive what feels like a miracle, but you need to behave in a way that is supportive of everybody involved. Spending time alone in meditation now will really help you understand what your next best move is. That's the wolf energy too, and it's about honing and tuning our emotions, because that's what's going to get you to, that's what's going to help you manifest. It says, have you been letting things go too far? Have you been allowing your emotions to get the better of you? Spirit is definitely saying here that in order to really manifest what we truly want, we really have to tune our emotions in. We need to catch ourselves when we're stuck in a negative thought pattern or behavior, and we need to change that behavior. Embrace uncertainty and draw up some boundaries with ourselves. As much as you may want to get your own way, you have to take the needs of others into consideration. Okay, spending time alone in meditation now will really help you understand. Yeah, and the wolf is a solitary, a lone wolf. Yes, I'm getting a clear message here that during the new moon in Leo, we need to go out and be alone and really think about our lives, think about our actions, think about our intentions, think about what we want out of our lives. This is going to help us manifest, envision positive change in your life. When emotions spiral, you can often chase away the very thing that you want to attract. Exactly. I love that. That's exactly it. That's manifestation is not hard. Well, it's hard, but it's not a difficult concept to understand. But it's hard to put it into practice, right? And you just do a little bit of it at a time. You know, when you notice your emotions spiraling and your negative thinking is creeping in, find something to be grateful for in that moment. You know, Teal Swan, one of my favorite sayings from her is, find the moonlight in the jail cell. I'll link that video below. It's a really good one. It's all about uncertainty and the beauty of uncertainty. I'm going to link that video at the end. I'll put it up. But anytime you find yourself negatively spiraling, find something to be grateful for. Something. It could be as simple as your breathing. Yes. Find something to be grateful for and then go there. That's how you're going to manifest more of what you want. I just got chills. When emotions spiral, you can often chase away the very thing that you want to attract. Additional meanings for the card. You are a unique and magical being. Emotions are running too high. Avoid overreacting. Draw a line under the past. And use your intuition more. In astrology, a planet is said to be out of bounds when the declination When the declination of the moon is greater than 23 degrees and 27 minutes north or south. People born with an out-of-bounds moon are often more luminous and brilliant than anyone else in their sphere. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get a few cards out of this deck and then we'll wrap it up. All right, Spirit, this is beautiful. Clearly you want us to tap into our intuition. You want us to go quiet and listen. You want us to work on our emotions and notice when we're in a negative thought pattern, because this is how we're going to manifest what we want. You want us to pay attention to the moon cycles, especially the new moon coming up. This is going to help us manifest what we want. Embracing uncertainty is really, really important here. When you make those wishes with the universe, when you put your order in, you put it in and then you forget about it, right? Just like when you put an order in online. You place an order, but you don't check on it every 5 minutes. You know that it's coming, and you have to have that kind of mindset. You have to know that you put your order in, you thank the universe for providing for you, and then you leave it alone. And then you leave it alone. And if you can even forget about it, that's even better. It's like my manifestation with the soap, right? I was in the shower and I was like, oh, this is the end of my soap. I'm gonna need to get some more soap. It would be nice if I had some more soap. And then I didn't really think about it again. And then a day later, soap comes into my life. Some delicious gardenia soap. And that's how it works. That's how it works. You can't be needy for it. You can't be in a state of like, I have to have it or I won't be happy kind of feeling. You can't do that. You're not going to get what you want that way. You put your order in, you thank the universe, you trust that whatever comes is meant for you, and then you let it go. And in the meantime, work on your emotions. Work on catching yourself when you're in a dark headspace. You got to get out of that. All right, Spirit. Last shuffle. Anything else for the collective? Any more words of advice or wisdom for the collective on how to best use this Lionsgate portal for their advantage, please? What else for the collective, Spirit? Thank you so much for these messages. Do you have anything else for the collective? Thank you. Meditate. Meditate. Oh my gosh, I got chills all over the back of my head. Meditate. Any more words of advice for the collective, Spirit? Meditate. 3 cards of meditation here. 3. 3 cards of meditation. Was it changes? Was changes meditation too? I forget. Changes. Quicksilver moon. 108. 108. That's a holy number. Whoa! There are 108 beads on a mala necklace. That's what's around this hand. 108 beads on a mala necklace. I forget the semblance or the significance of 108. I forget what it is. I'll put a pop-up. But that's crazy. The changes card is number 108 in this deck. The mala beads have 108 beads on them, and Buddhists meditate with the 108 beads. They'll hold the mala beads in their hands and do a prayer for each bead on the necklace. Whoa. Yeah, meditate. Spirit wants us to meditate. Spirit wants us, look, 9th house. 9th house. Meditate. Spirituality. The 9th house rules spirituality. It's about religion and spirituality. Spirit wants us to meditate at this time. Go into meditation about your desires. Go into meditation. Envision those dreams coming true. Envision what it feels like and feel that feeling even before it happens. Yes. Oh my God, I'm jazzed. Okay, so 108. Set the intention that whatever happens next is happening for your highest good. The fact that nothing lasts forever is a part of this card's message. Yeah. You know, this life is temporary too. That's another way to release expectations, to not put so much importance on what it is you want in this lifetime, because one day it's just gonna all be gone anyway. We are infinite beings, and we'll go on and on and on and on. And it's beautiful to experience the things we want, but it's also beautiful to experience the things that we don't really want, because it helps us grow. Reach for the moon. Go for it. Oh, no, wait. The other way in the book. Out of bounds moon. Yes, it says here, spending time alone in meditation now will really help you understand what your best move is next. Spending time alone in meditation. Oh my gosh. Okay, Spirit, thank you so much. It's very clear what we need to do in order to manifest our desires during this Lionsgate. Can we get one final card, please? Look at that, just fell right out. Truth. Truth. The truth, this is the ostrich feather. And the legend of the ostrich feather is that there was an Egyptian goddess who used to weigh the hearts of the souls after they passed against an ostrich feather to see if they were a good person. Spirit is saying to weigh your heart, you know? Is your heart as light as a feather? Or is it burdened with disappointments? You've got to let those go and lighten your heart. If you truly want what you really desire, you have to find the beauty within the darkness. You have to. You have to. You have to find the beauty in everything. The whole thing. That'll get you to a lighter state of being, a higher state of consciousness. And when you're in a higher state of consciousness or energy, that's when you attract more of what you want. Spirit, can we get one final card, please? One final card out of this deck. What else? What else do you have to tell the collective? What do we need to focus on at this time? Okay, that wanted to come out. What else do we need to focus on at this time? Any final words of advice or wisdom? Thank you. Lucky. Lucky. That's the entire energy, in a nutshell, of the Lionsgate portal. This is a very fertile and lucky time in the astrological calendar. This is when you can make shit really happen. But you gotta be in the right headspace. You gotta be in the right headspace. You gotta be in the right headspace. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much. Absolutely beautiful. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been an absolute pleasure to read for you, and I hope you have an amazing Lionsgate portal and you manifest everything your heart desires. I cannot wait to see you again in the next reading.